of ProperGander. Wait for some people to jump on. Let me get a black power in the comments when you on here. Let me get a hashtag shared it when you shared it. When you on here. I usually have music playing at this point when I'm waiting for y'all. Black power, Kimya. I need you in these comments today. Black power, Nick. Like, share. Matter of fact, not likes. No likes. Love. Smiley face. Share. Thank you. How y'all doing today? Black power, comrade. I'm tired. The plantation was crazy today. It was fucking crazy. Black power, Cam. Yes. Yeet. Alright, y'all. We're gonna get into it. Black power. So, welcome to another episode of ProperGander. Excuse me if my light is kind of off. I don't know what's going on with my computer. But yes, another episode of ProperGander. We live Saturday every Saturday at 8 p.m. now. ProperGander is a web series brought to you by the revolutionary, anti-colonial, revolutionary organization. I already said revolutionary. Wow. Black Hammer. It is a kind of a political education series meant to identify the white nationalist, colonialist, capitalist, imperialist undertones of various kinds of media. And today we're talking about a very specific kind of media. Yes. In the comments or in the description of this video, I put adult films because I know I don't want Mark Zuckerberg to think that I'm posting porn on my fucking page. You know what I'm saying? Because that still get me zuck, and I don't want that. So we are talking about porn. So this is 18 plus, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was inspired by the post that we had earlier talking about Pornhub's numerous scandals, just one of the numerous Pornhub scandals, and people were jumping on in the comments, and a lot of people talked about like certain different like things that you see in pornography and the status of sex workers and all that thing. So we're all gonna talk about that good stuff. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my comrades in South Carolina. Y'all did the damn thing. Hashtag Brandon survived. I heard it was an amazing turnout, and I can't wait to see the propaganda. Propaganda's coming soon. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's chop it up. So, first thing I want to talk about is the psychology of sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when you talk about propaganda, what you're talking about is psychological warfare, pretty much. Like psychological tricks to get people to think a kind of way and therefore behave a kind of way. That's the ultimate goal of propaganda. So we know that white nationalism, colonialism has all the tools to understand the human psyche. You know what I'm saying? They have this field of psychology, and psychology is huge in marketing, so we know that it plays a big part. But I want to talk about the psychological aspect of sex before I get into anything, because I want to really stress how integral, how poignant, how powerful the images of sex can be to compel you. Like, if you live in America, then really everything you know is sold to you via sex, and that is because as animals, you know what I'm saying? Like, people think that humans are something that is above animals, you know what I'm saying? But humans are animals fundamentally, and animals are driven to their day-to-day life to reproduce, to have sex. You know what I'm saying? To pass down your genes. It is one of the most fundamental drives. It's not the only thing, obviously, to being human that there is. There's we're much more than animals in that regard. You know what I'm saying? We have like higher destinies and goals and stuff like that. But deep in your reptilian brain, you have the fundamental drive. It wakes you up. It's like it affects like your vision of yourself. It has to do with how sexually available you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like when people be like, "Oh, you look good," really in your brain, what that translates to is that like, "Hey, you're sexually viable." You know what I mean? That has like some gray area because like I said, we're beyond the reptilian brain, but it's something that we cannot undermine. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, understanding that it is such a fundamental underpinning of our psychology, then it's no wonder it's used in propaganda all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Like Pepsi is sold to you via sex. You know what I'm saying? Hamburgers are fucking sold to you via sex. Like you can see commercials where it's like some chick like washing a car and she's like half naked and some shit like that, and then she's like eating the burger. And you know what I mean? Like just the sexual objectification like brings your brain immediately to give attention to that sexually viable person. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it like that's just how powerful it is. I also say that because it is so rooted in your psychology, like deeply entrenched in your psychology. Like how do I put this? It it manifests itself in a lot of like pretty much like what I want to say is like porn is kind of like a reflection of your sexual desires, your repressed sexual desires, that when you're going about your day, even though certain things are not sexual in nature, because we live in such a sexualized like capitalism in general like uses sex as marketing so much, and we're given so much sex, like something that is sexual in nature might you this is like so uncomfortable because I really don't want to be fucking talk about it, but it's like a I guess like a hot topic. But something that is not sexual in nature can arouse something sexual within you. So when you go about your fucking day and you know it's like not societally acceptable, you know what I'm saying? We have rules in society like to not like go on every fucking impulse that you may have. Those become like repressed sexual desires. Y'all following me? Y'all following me? And pornography, the reason why it's so prevalent is because those are an escape for your repressed sexual desires. Does that make sense? And that can be like if, and I know y'all motherfuckers watch porn, like y'all don't have to play. You see how ugly that shit can fucking manifest. You know? It's really fucked up. It could be like racial, it could be like pedophilic, just like in fucking pornography, on fucking Pornhub and shit like that. Like that is the danger of that kind of fucking mindset. You know what I mean? Like, oh, and even the danger of how porn is what it is today. You know, and y'all let me know how y'all feeling in these comments and shit too. Like y'all let me know if I'm making sense. But yeah, like those psychological factors, like the whole like racial play has like really fucked up undertones. Like in pornography there are like role play shits or like you would think it's role play, where it's like a border patrol person, you know what I'm saying, having like a sexual dominance over an immigrant. That comes from the white nationalist notion of like the politics at hand. You know what I'm saying? That comes from white nationalists at the fucking border. You know what I'm saying? Like feeling like they're more powerful. You know what I'm saying? And they're superior. You know, and in real life, that does come up as like sexual assault and shit like that. You can see it in pigs; it's more fucking prevalent. You can see it in border pigs; it's more fucking prevalent, and you can see it in army pigs, like over the sea pigs. All that shit is fucking prevalent. Like the white national colonial structure and its commodification of sex um, manifests itself via pornography. And it is in that regard where we as revolutionaries have to are brought with the question of like what are we to do with the question of sex workers who work in this kind of industry and shit like that, and what does it look like? What does it look like to a revolutionary like a liberated sex worker or a economy or platform like how we were talking about earlier, like that is for the sex worker. And I want to be clear. I want to be clear. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers like be calling people like TERFs, you know what I'm saying? Trans exclusional radical feminists, or like swerfs or whatever, sex worker exclusional radical feminists. Like I am not neither one of those, bro. Like I want liberation for my trans brother and sister, and I want liberation for my sex worker brother and sister. You know what I'm saying? But like I know like that this kind of construct as it is, this ain't it. You know, there was somebody talking about like how we went in on Pornhub for facilitating these kind of disgusting perversions, you know what I'm saying? And they went on a rant on our page talking about like, hey, this can be a way of deplatforming sex workers and you know what I'm saying? Fucking up their ability to survive in like the sex economy. I'm just like, dude, like, there's no way that this is what liberated sex work looks like. You know what I'm saying? You engaging in these like predatory motherfucking predatory institutions. You know what I mean? There's no way you could say that as liberating. So in that regard, there's no real difference. There's no fundamental mental difference with sex work and other types of work. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way I see it is the colonized proletariat, the true proletariat, needs to have dominion and dictatorship of their own resources and labor. That goes for the avocado farmer, that goes for the cell phone maker, and that goes for the sex worker. You know what I'm saying? And we can't forget that the same way that Pornhub and shit like that is facilitating this terrible fucking like horrible shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the same shit. Like so does fucking AT&T. You know? So does fucking Amazon. So does fucking whoever the fuck makes be selling the avocados and shit like that. Everybody got their hands bloody in capitalism. So yeah, I just wanted to make that point. That fundamentally sex work is indifferent. Obviously, there's special cases like I would say that they're like a marginalized sector of our nations. It's like it's like looked down in lots of ways and shit like that. But like there's a lot of confusion in our nations in a lot of regards. You know what I'm saying? In that way, it's no different either. You know what I'm saying? The same way you look down at a sister, you know what I'm saying, or a brother even, like, who engages in sex work and stigmatize them, same way you look at a drug dealer, stigmatize them, or even like somebody like somebody who might work at something that's not so pristine, like a janitor or a fucking trash person, like someone who like collects the trash. Stigmas, all that shit comes from white nationalist colonialism, belittling people so they could have that hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, so just want to say that my position on sex workers, the vehement like sex, the prevalence of sex in like American culture and shit like that, or even like white nationalist culture. Like I don't think people understand. And I'm sorry if this is more of a rant format. This is very off the cuff. You know, um, I don't. What's I gonna say? I don't think people understand how much um, sex is pushed in the imperialist world. Um, like everything is connected to a sexual standard, and I don't think that people understand how like unnatural that is necessarily. Like, I understand that basically in like basic human psychology, it's the fundamental thing that's like driving you to like do the things that you do, like have the nicest house and shit like that, to like find the best mate and dumb shit like that. But we're more than that as humans. We've all like as soon as like we started developing shit, you know what I'm saying? We became more than that. Like there's arts and there's fucking architecture and the expression of culture. Like it hits on like so many different levels, like music and shit like that. There's like so much more to the world than sex. But in America, it's all kind of like shoved down your throat all the time, and it creates like, or I would say it creates like an unhealthy like mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like capitalism makes you fucking sick, you know? And the commodity of fetishism, or like the fetish commodity. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea of selling this kind of like sexual act that is damaging to your brain, dude. It is bad for you. The same way, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sex isn't bad for you. Sex is good for you. Just like sugar isn't fucking bad for you. Like, you eat an apple, that shit got sugar. But that shit's good for you, bro. You should eat apples and shit. But once you concentrate it, once you put it in a higher dose and shit like that, that shit's bad for you. Like high fructose corn syrup, that shit's bad for you. That shit'll kill you. It's that same kind of situation of like, yeah, you take this thing that is like supernatural, and capitalism through commodification makes it something insanely fucking ugly, dude. Insanely fucking ugly. And I want to like speak on um the idea of like product versus commodity. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think that there's some people like revolutionary socialists or whatever that would say that once we institute socialism or even move into communism, that that'll eradicate sex work or whatever. But I don't see it. I don't see it like that. You know, like I think at some sort of level, like sex work exists at like I don't want to like dehumanize this and compare us to animals or whatever, but like even in that world, you know what I mean? Like sex work exists. You know what I'm saying? There's like documents of like, you know what I'm saying? Like birds giving up the coochie for like some extra seeds. It's like whatever. But that's different. Like that's fucking different than a commodification. So like a commodification is when you make a product for the market. You get what I'm saying? It's a commodity. It is more than a product. Like what's a good example? If I made a chair, right? I'm a chair maker, bro. Like I can go out and trade shit. I can go into economics with people in my community, or even abroad, to who needs chairs. I got you. You feel me? But when you make something for the market, that's different. You're making chairs for people to purchase, not because they need them. It's because they need to be purchased. And that like a lot of people think that like that kind of difference in labor was like characteristic in the transition from like a artisan kind of economy to a capitalist economy, and it's characteristic, but like the white left kind of like goes into that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like it overspecifies that, but I think it is important to understand the difference of like me making a chair for the people who ain't got no chairs and they need the chair. You know what I'm saying? Then me making a chair for just in general for profit as opposed to the need of it, right? So have changed that to, and you see the economy how like, and y'all let me know if I'm making sense, bro. Y'all making like y'all let me know if I'm losing y'all, because this off the cuff, like I said. Um, you see how because of the economic condition of like commodification of shit, it it turns shit ugly, bruh. That shit turns into like super fucking corporations and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like something real simple like Amazon selling books. Now Amazon's like spying on you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of underpinning that can be applied to sex work and the commodification of that. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, um like because you always need more, because as opposed to making chairs for whoever needs it and making chairs for profit, you will always need more profit, and you'll always need the next best thing to compete in capitalism, and then after that you need to compete with the next best thing. Apply that to fucking pornography and shit gets fucked up. Like one day you're into some like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're into like the story, like oh we met on a Tinder date, it's consensual. You know what I'm saying? I really like this girl. Boom, that's the porn story. You know what I'm saying? You start off with that. Next thing you know, she gets a little bit more violent depending on your cultural context. You know what I mean? Like the kind of awful shit that's on porn, I don't need to fucking tell y'all. And y'all don't need to tell me what the fuck you into either. But I know you fucking know that it's motherfucking terrible. And it's because, like, people aren't satiated because of that whole commodification of it. People aren't satiated with, like, the last year model of sex. You know what I'm saying? They always need, in terms of consuming pornography, they always need like some newer crazy shit. That old shit ain't cutting it no more, and it gets crazier and crazier until it's something very, very fucking ugly. Now, all that being said, is is there a such thing as like when the revolution comes, will there be pornography? When the revolution comes, will they be like I don't know, like fucking will there be pornography? I don't know, because there's going to be a whole different kind of socio-economic context that I can't even fucking fathom in my brain, because I'm here in my fish tank of capitalism. You know what I'm saying? I'm a revolutionary, so I can kind of like peek out my fish tank and be like, damn, that looks good over there. We should strive to get over there. You know what I mean? But like I could just be moving into a bigger fish tank with more freedom. You know what I mean? I'm still limited by that scope. But I am confident in saying that the arrangement as it is right now is toxic. It is fucking racist. It is because of the colonial, the whole European disgusting fucking culture. You can see it in the Catholic Church. This shit is pedophilic. Y'all motherfuckers get the wall, and that shit gotta go. Period. Like, and it's gonna have to be revolutionary sex workers that kill it. You know? um, whatever I'm looking at right now is not the ideal. So there was somebody who was commenting on shit like this, like on our Pornhub fucking post, talking about like, oh, you trying to deplatform sex workers, bruh. You like uh you like compromising their ability to survive. And this is how I feel. If you in the first world, when the revolution comes, shit is finna get uncomfortable, bro. And we literally have got to be ready for that. It ain't gonna be no Bernie Sanders transition into socialism where you got socialism, you got like people's protracted war, but free healthcare. That's not how the fuck that's gonna happen, bro. You know it, I know it. You know what I mean? Everybody getting deplatformed. If me talk like destroying this structure of that is like inherently oppressive, you know what I'm saying? And we tear that down and some of us happen to fall, you know what I mean? If we're not ready to deal with that, pick ourselves back up so we can build something new that is actually representative in our interests as colonized people, as colonized trans people, as colonized sex workers. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's just how it's gonna have to go. That's the whole purpose of revolution. You like take everything that's out right now so you can build something new. So, Black Power, y'all. Hope y'all find this interesting. I know that this one and my last one, like talking about feminism, like no one wants to hear about sex work from like some dude that ain't never fucking done sex work. No one wants to hear some bearded dude with a beanie and gauges talking about his opinions on feminism or whatever. And I invite you to struggle with me in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the person who was struggling with me in the other comments, like, they brought up some interesting points and I'm down to learn or whatever. But my interests will always lie with the people. I am biased to the people's interests. And I hope that you can understand my convictions. So, on that note, Black Power, I'm going to do some more Black Hammer work. Peace, y'all.